Hey, Noreen, you're right, just a slight edge right now. Joining me now, though, is Brandy Hoffine. She's Communications Director with the Kane Campaign. Now, Brandy, are you kind of on pins and needles at this point? On Mountain Lane in Rockbridge County, and as you can see right here, this road is really living up to its name. You know, it's very complicated. It involves a lot of zoning rules, but here's the basic point. Yeah, coming up on ABC 13 News, we're going to take you to one of the hardest hit homes in Lynchburg to see how folks are paying for all this damage. Cheapest average round trip rate, just $188. Not bad, right? We got a good crowd going. We got a lot of energy. Right now, we're going to pan over Lieutenant Governor Bill Bolling. The tree is chopped down and ready to be hauled off, but now the question is, who's going to pay for it? Take away that cell phone. Some already do. Every Friday for 11 years, our local veterans met here at Monument Terrace. I'm Mark Kelly, coming up on ABC 13 News. Today, they had a very special tribute. Good evening. Thanks for watching ABC 13 News. I'm Mark Kelly.
It is time for them to come out with something new.
Super Nintendo was my first.
Was it?
Never forget it.
Mine was Atari.
Beautiful day. Lynchburg Beer and Wine Festival. They had great weather.
Yeah, it was awesome. Tomorrow, though, probably a little bit cloudier.
A little different?
Yeah, maybe.
Delma Toller is eulogized by one friend as helpful, a give-you-the-shirt-off-her-back type. This is where Toller's life ended, her sister's front yard. Dirt covers the bloodstains. Nancy G. Miller is a dear friend.
She was a good friend, a good neighbor. And I was so sad to hear about it.
According to family, the events leading to Toller's death started here, at her house. Thinking a person was breaking into her home, Toller grabbed her gun for protection, then called 911. Family says she fired out a back window, and they say police told them she had fired out a front window too. Next, she walked from her home 2 doors down to her sister's home. Here, just feet from her sister's porch, an Alta Vista officer shot and killed her.
I knew somebody had gotten shot, but I didn't know who it was.
Toller's sister, Margaret Davis, did not want to speak on camera. She's still in shock after seeing police shoot and kill her sister right before her eyes. After this, Davis plans to move off Charlotte Ave. People living around here say in recent years, this neighborhood has changed, and the Alta Vista Police Department has really stepped up enforcement. One neighbor doesn't like it.
Do you want it back to the way it was?
I mean, it was better. Wasn't nobody getting killed. Wasn't nobody getting all, the town wasn't all up in fear like it is now.
A lot of questions still unanswered, leaving a neighborhood frustrated with its police. The 2011 earthquake hit this store in Mineral hard.
1 year later, Miller's Market is open again for business, but the owner tells me he's gotten no help from the government.
Similar story down the street. David Whitlock sunk a lot of money into fixing up his auto parts store.
About $13,000 was the total repair bill. There's some cracks that extend here.
A year later, Mineral Avenue is up and running again. Many storefronts have healed from the blow. Plus, about $30,000 from FEMA helped repair some homes. For the most part, life in Mineral is routine again.
Everybody's back on an even keel, I think.
Except, the mayor says, for the schools.
The only thing that was really interrupted was if you had school children, because their schools were totally lost.
These mobile units are where elementary and high school students go to learn. Technically, they're called pods. For kids, these are classrooms. The hope is in 2-3 years, students will get a new school again. 1 year later, Mineral's rebuilding its infrastructure. But emotionally, there are years of work ahead.
When that train goes by, do you shake a little bit?
That's right. I always like to make sure it's a train.
The creek along Shop Hill Road in Rockbridge County took on a mind of its own. In no time, the Huffmans say the normally calm creek turned on them.
This creek, my kids were just jumping across the other day.
By early Tuesday morning, the water receded some, but the water lines remain on the house as clear as day. Down the road, the water roars just as loud.
We are on Pond Mountain Lane in Rockbridge County, and as you can see right here, this road is really living up to its name. Completely flooded with water. Crews have evacuated this neighborhood.
We came across this garage on Back Run Road. Hours ago, it housed 2 cars, but just 100 yards from a creek. Cecil Jenkins moved the cars to higher ground.
It's raining hard, I tell you. It brings back old memories when water gets up.
The Glasgow Volunteer Fire Department stayed a step ahead of the water, evacuating residents and protecting some pets. But the fire crew couldn't save themselves.
While we were out helping others, we had to come back and actually move our vehicles and everything because our firehouse flooded too.
Into the morning, crews surveyed the damage and said goodbye to the water. But with wet weather still in the forecast, Rockbridge County is keeping its eye on the sky.
I'll go to sleep. Yeah, I am. Till we hear the rain coming down again, and then I'll wake up.
In Rockbridge County, Mark Kelly, ABC 13 News. Every day, Judy Critchley visits her husband Earl at an assisted living center in Bedford.
When he was here at home, I was constantly up. He was walking out the door, in and out, all day long.
Alzheimer's disease causes Earl to wander off. Judy says assisted living gave him security until Judy got this in the mail. Medicaid denied Earl's assisted living care. Now Judy has to reach deep, very deep, into her own pockets to keep her husband safe and secure.
I've faced the fact I'm willing to lose everything that we've worked for to take care of him.
The payments are hard to make, but the reason for them hurts even more. According to Earl's Assisted Living Center, Medicaid denied Earl's coverage because his monthly disability check is $6 over the threshold. $6.
But because my husband made $6 too much in his monthly check, we can't get any help.
Judy isn't standing around. To pay the bills, she sold some furniture, and now she's selling their home. Judy, what are you going to do?
You know, people's asked me that. I don't know. I'll have to cross that bridge when he gets here. My main concern is to take care of him. That's how much I love him.
Crosswalk here.
Well, there's a stretch of road in Lynchburg a lot of people are concerned about right now. Maybe you've driven it yourself. It's Oddfellows Road near the Expressway. That area has a lot of traffic and a lot of Liberty University students living nearby. Mark Kelly joins us live from Oddfellows Road tonight. And Mark, why this problem? Why now?
Well, Danner, for years, Liberty University has been housing students right here at the Liberty University Annex. But just this semester, LU started housing students at that old hotel too. And that means every day students are crossing this busy, busy road.
Oh my God.
Lunchtime on Oddfellows Road is survival of the fastest for Liberty University students trying to cross the busy 2-lane.
Yeah. We've almost gotten hit a couple times. It's kind of like playing chicken or playing froggy.
Melody Miller crosses just about every day, sometimes by the skin of her teeth.
Whooshes by and you're kind of blown a bit, and then you start crossing because you think it's clear. Then, oh look, there's a white truck there. Oh shoot, run.
Liberty University says they and the city studied this road, looking for the safest option for students. They're finding have a bus available to students every 6 to 8 minutes to help them cross. But hang around for 5 minutes and it's clear not all students are using the bus. So what about a crosswalk, a stoplight? Not found to be the safest options, says LU. Students have their own ideas.
I would love to see a bridge. A crosswalk would be nice, but a bridge would be perfect.
It'd definitely be the safest.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, to test the thing ourselves, we crossed Oddfellows. First up, videographer Jamon Haskins.
Thank you.
Next, me and Tyler, our intern. But first, strategy.
As long as you don't stop in the median.
Then, the plunge.
I think we're safe to go. You say? No, wait. All right, let's go after this white truck, but we gotta run. Go. All right, we made it. Took about 5 minutes, but we made it. So I asked Liberty University officials if they'd go back to the drawing board and reconsider putting in a pedestrian crosswalk here on Oddfellows Road. Spokesperson Johnny Moore said, of course, anything is possible, but a lot of time, a lot of energy were put into determining that buses are the safest option. Live in Lynchburg, Mark Kelly, ABC 13.
He's selling out of some stuff.
Oh, you bet, Sean. Cash registers at grocery stores, they've been humming all day long. Just down the street at True Value Hardware in Lynchburg, they have both spring and winter stuff on the shelves because, as you know, it's March. You never know what kind of weather we're going to get. But this storm, it's a day away, and already folks aren't wasting any time preparing. They are stocking up faster than you can say snowstorm.
Oh yeah, they're snatching up that too.
We kind of enjoy it, you know, because people, generally speaking, people are more friendly.
For GM Todd Ramsey, the rush doesn't faze him an ounce. It's the storm knocking out power to his coolers that has him up at night.
If you're down for more than about 36 hours, you've got trouble.
The Elliots feel the same way, not willing to risk it. They're stocking up on two big items. The first, lamp oil.
In case those lights go out, I'll be prepared.
Lamps and lamp oil are very popular in the wintertime for potential power outages.
Chuck Overstreet owns True Value Hardware. His store's lined with storm essentials.
You have propane bottles.
FEMA has its own storm prep list. It includes a weather radio, sheltering animals where water won't freeze, and keeping generators, or anything that burns fuel, vented to the outside.
While some are getting ready for the next big snowstorm, getting the salt and the shovels, store owners are already getting ready for spring.
All of this is fertilizer, and people have been buying it.
That's the funny thing about March. There's a snowstorm brewing. At the same time, birds are chirping. Oh yeah, that's the second thing on the Elliott's store list.
Bird seed.
Okay.
We have to feed the birds. We keep our bird feeders full.
So the owner over at True Value Hardware says ever since the derecho that we had last summer, he believes Central Virginia is much more prepared for storms like this. They're much more active in getting that emergency kit ready. And of course, managers also say there's the bread, there's the milk, but this is also flying off the shelves. Live in Lynchburg, Mark Kelly, ABC 13 News. And just to give you an idea how important Lynchburg Grows is to our community, just one bed this size can produce $2,000 worth of tomatoes, which is then donated to our local food banks.
Mark, you could not escape the power outages yourself.
Nope, Len, we couldn't escape it either. We're staying at the Village Inn right off of Route 29 in Lovingston. But believe it or not, just since our last report, just in the last half hour, this motel, check it out, finally got its lights back on. Let's hope this is one of many across Nelson County. Well, earlier today, we actually talked with the owner of the motel, and he decided he's not going to take on any additional challenge.
One hand, it's great because we got good, really good road quality. On the other hand, it's harder for us to argue to get more resources because there are other areas with greater need.
Senator Steve Newman says he wants the best transportation bill possible. Of course, Lynchburg Regional Airport is not going to close, but its control tower just might.
We're not going to go ahead and
Mark Courtney runs the airport, and if McDonald's transportation bill passes, you won't have to pay 17.5 cents per gallon on your gas receipt. But the real difference is going to be inside the store. Buy a pack of gum, sales tax is going to go from 5% to 5.8%. In order to do this modular construction, Banker Steel had to expand. So that's what they're doing right here in Campbell County, adding 45,000 square feet to this site. We first got to the scene today. I talked with neighbors at that home there. They actually saw firefighters carrying the victim out of her burning home. That home was right there, 1128 Ardmore Drive.
They have to say about it.
Yeah, Rachel, I was actually in the courtroom when they were giving their victim witness statements. One of the families of the victims got up there and looked directly at Christopher Spate. She lost her mom, dad, baby sister, who was just 15 years old. She looked straight at Christopher Spate and said, "So we're here on Oddfellows Road in Lynchburg to see how long it takes to cross." I'm Mark Kelly, coming up on ABC 13 News. What students have to say about getting a crosswalk here. Fluffy, it was a beautiful snow. This is all we got left. It's icy, dirty, crumbly, nasty to tell you the truth. James, no snow falling here at this hour, and believe it or not, we even got the sun trying to peek through the clouds. But this has been a whirlwind of a day for Lovingston and all of Nelson County. We're talking power outages throughout the day, inches and inches of snow in Wintergreen, a little less snow here in Lovingston, but no doubt, this snowstorm has been the talk of the town. So it turns out the owner of the Village Inn did make the right call by not having any more customers come on board tonight. They did lose power this afternoon, and he tells me just in the last hour that they are not expected to get power back at the Village Inn until 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Now we're going to go over to Lynchburg and Angela Hatcher with a check on the latest road conditions for tomorrow morning. Angela.